So I've been thinking about getting rid of the dark horse, and there's a lot of good reasons why, honestly. But for shits and giggles, I decided to see what the trade-in value would be at a really reputable dealership and see how much these cars are tanking right now. And I've only owned this car, bought it off the lot for 8 months, maybe actually a little bit less than that, 7 months in a few days. So let's get into what the trade-in values are for the 2024 Mustang Dark Horses with low miles and see what they're selling for used as well. Did you make a good decision, or are you going to end up being screwed with your values? Now, before we go inside and talk about what my trade-in value was and compare it to the values of used dark horses around the country are selling, it is worth mentioning that, of course, when you drive a car off the lot, it loses depreciation. It really does. But there is an issue with this probably particular car, but the car industry as a whole. They are jacking up the prices of these new vehicles tremendously. Like, the Dark Horse should never be a car that's over $60,000. A full loaded Mustang GT Premium shouldn't be touching Dark Horse money, $62,000. Honestly, anything over $65,000 for this car, I think, is ridiculous. I don't know why Ford thinks it's okay to just do a couple small tweaks to this vehicle and sell it for $1 million freaking dollars, and it only has 500 horsepower. It doesn't even have boost, because you got to remember, when the GT500, the 2020 GT500 first came out, I believe MSRP was around $76,000 or $78,000. You can option these cars over that. It's just absolutely ridiculous. All right, so let's go inside, talk about my trade-in value, and talk about what you can get these used, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, from a new price to a used price, and how screwed Ford made everyone that isn't going to be keeping their car forever. Because my company is going to be changing my work car program, I'm probably going to be getting rid of the Dark Horse and getting two vehicles, because I'm going to be getting the Corporate America stipend, where they give you a certain amount of money. I'm also going to be getting even more money, if you think about it, because now I'm not paying for my work car that I have now. They've been taking that out of my paycheck. So keeping the Dark Horse doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. More common sensely than financially, but my trade-in value, when I called this dealership, a reputable dealership, a good dealership in the country, they offered me and locked me in at $53,000 on trade-in for a vehicle. Now, that is about a 14.5% decrease in value in a little, almost 8 months, right? Like I said in the beginning of the video, about 8 months. It's like seven months and 20 days, 7 months and 25 days, something like that. So almost 8 months, not even a full year. Now, the timing of the year might have something to do with it too. It's not really hot rod, hot cars, sports cars, muscle car, time of year. But still, that trade-in value isn't as high as I thought it would be, because my car only has 5,600 miles, and the car's been well taken care of as well. So as you can see here, there are used low mileage Dark Horses that you could have saved anywhere from, if you got a real base model, even though a base Dark Horse sounds ridiculous, it's almost hyper intuitive. Like, a base Dark Horse has more things than a premium fully loaded performance pack Mustang GT. Okay, so there are a lot more things to a base Dark Horse than meets the eye. So that's what makes it a good buy, whether you get the Tremec or you get the 10-speed. So right here, boom, right off the bat, $1,320, $58,000. I don't know the exact package, but it looks just like my car. And if that's the case, then its MSRP is around $62,500, somewhere in there. So you're saving $4,500. Oh, it has the Recaros. That's actually a $2,000 adder, I do believe. So this MSRP would probably be around $6,400. We actually can check that just in case. Let's see if the window sticker's on here. Most of the time with these new cars, the window sticker's on here. Perfect. This is beautiful. I'm not pulling your leg. $64,410. So you're saving $6,410, especially if you're trading in a vehicle, because that's another thing too. While I thought that my trade-in value was a little low, I'll be saving anywhere from like $4,000 to $5,000 in taxes when I trade in that vehicle. So you can almost add that money to the value of the car, even though it's not a one-to-one, right? But you can think of it that way, because I don't know if you guys have tried to sell anything on Facebook Marketplace, but trying to make $4,000 to $5,000 in profit on your car in a private sale is almost impossible. It's almost impossible. So I don't know if I'm going to put my car up for sale on the private. Not sure yet. I'm still kind of weighing my options, seeing what I need to do. Because I have a vehicle in mind that I would get for sure if I traded in. And I'm thinking I'd get a Mustang after, like a base GT, and then we can boost that, right? We already have the headers that will fit on a 2024 GT. Because I haven't put them on the Dark Horse yet. So we have some parts already that can go on a 2024 Mustang. So I'm thinking that I'll get this first vehicle, and then we can just go out and get a nicely used, gently used Mustang GT, and we can start building that. And then that could be either the new work vehicle, right? Or I can drive both vehicles. They're both going to be in my name, right? Or it could be the fun car. It just depends on what we want to do. But also the payments will be a hell of a lot cheaper than a damn Dark Horse, right? Even at $58,000, because you can get a nicely optioned Mustang GT for like $42,000, and we will go over that. But regardless, like I said, look at how much money you can save just doing this. It's just absolutely unreal. So we'll go back to the Dark Horse here, and look. 58K, yeah, with Recaros, which a lot of people like the Recaros. So if we'll go ahead and go back here and check out some other ones. 58K, 58.5, 59, 60, 60, just a little over 60, just a little over 60. You're still saving money, and that's an expensive paint option right there. So is that one. And I don't know which ones are 10 speeds and which ones are Tremix. I know a lot of people don't care either way. Either want an automatic or you want the Tremix 6-speed. But a lot of these cars' MSRPs are way higher than they should be. So let's go ahead and click on this with this paint and look how much. Okay, so it's $60,000, low miles. All these are low miles. Let's look at the MSRP on this thing. Absolutely ridiculous. So a lot of people who buy these super option Dark Horses are losing out their ass. So 66,360, that comes out to be about the same, right? 66,360, and they're wanting 60. So yeah, another 6K. So it looks like on average, if you find a Dark Horse that you like, you're gonna save $6,000 in the used market versus buying brand new. And it doesn't make sense to buy brand new, because for whatever reason, these cars are losing more value than they normally do. And that's everything across the board. Like, just to kind of go in the other direction, for like Scat Pack owners or Hellcat owners that bought the new Last Calls, they're like worth half their damn value. They've tanked so freaking far. They've lost $20,000 to $30,000 in value from those 2023 Last Calls. There's a good video by OC Motivator, make sure you check it out, discussing this, and it's absolutely disgusting. And I wouldn't say he's a victim of it, even though he says victim. I don't think he really meant it that way, and I think he kind of, hints towards he doesn't really mean it that way, but it was just a lack of a better term. But yeah, he's also one of the people that lost out their ass on value of a car that he thought would just hold some value, right? Cars aren't an investment unless you're buying a hypercar or a super car, like something crazy, like a really high-end Porsche or something like that. Those seem to keep their value slowly more over time versus, anything else on the market. So that's common sense. We all know that. But when it comes to special edition vehicles or high performance vehicles that don't have a lot of production numbers, you would hope and think that those cars would keep their value more slowly over time versus, in my case, or well, actually in everyone's case, losing 14.5 or more percent in less than a year. 8 months. That's 3/4 of a year. There's still 4 more months, and low miles too. So honestly, I blame Ford more than I blame anyone else, or I blame the manufacturers, because they're just charging way too much money for these vehicles. Now, I obviously, and I've had it for 8 months. I can afford my Dark Horse. That's fine. I can afford it, and I can still keep it, and I could go get a different work vehicle. That's fine. But for me, as an enthusiast and want to go fast and like to race and yada yada yada, like to boost my vehicles and stuff, it doesn't make sense, both financially and common sense wise, to keep the Mustang Dark Horse when I've got a very fun vehicle that'll be coming to the channel, and then I can get another Mustang if I wanted to, and we can throw boost on that. Like there's so many things we can do. We can get a 2023 Mach 1. We can get actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and go over that. Actually, let's go used. We don't need the Dark Horse anymore. I'm just going to show you what I can do. Like, this is what we can do for the channel. And you let me know what do you think I should potentially do. Mach 1 and Mach 1. We don't need all miles. Let's just do 500 away. I am fine with traveling. Clean history, body style. We're going to go coupe. Don't yell at me. Automatic. I like to race. Manuals are slow. That's just how I feel about it. We'll go green. I love the green colors on the Mustangs. We'll go purple, and then silver, blue, and gray, just in case we come across a really cool looking Mach 1. And then we are going to do not minimum price, but minimum year. We'll do 2022. Okay, so here's what we're working with, lowest price. So that's a good looking GT, because we can do the 2022 or 2023 GT or Mach 1. Make sure it's a premium. We want a premium. Make sure it's 315 gears or somewhere around there. I know the Mach 1 doesn't necessarily have that, but 315 gears for boost, because if we get a pre-2024, we can do kind of what we did with the last car. We could slap a Pro Charger on it or something like that. We could slap an ESS kit and make it super reliable but super daily drivable too. And I just love that green color. Like, that's such a good deal right there. Boom. Sounds like a no-brainer to me. And just slowly build that car over time while we're having fun with the other vehicle. I don't want to break the news yet, and I'm still not sure when we'll get that new vehicle, but this just goes to show you that, you know, getting a prior model, if you're trying to go fast, still makes sense. So it looks like there's plenty of nice low mileage vehicles. So see, there's the first 2024 on the list. I guess I was a little wrong on getting a good price. 32K, that's just too much. I'm a low mileage kind of guy. I like low mileage. Okay, so that's fine. Now, one thing that's gonna sting a little bit if we get a Mustang is I'm obviously trading in the Dark Horse with the ginormous Apex wheels on the rear and that nice Apex wheels on the front. So we're gonna lose our wheels and tires because I sold the stocks not too long ago. So I mean, it sucks, right? Yeah, but just with anything else, being a car enthusiast, you have to pay to play. You have to pay to play on all fronts. There are some pretty good priced Mustang 2024 Mustangs, but again, like, it costs $10,000 just to boost them. While that is still cheaper than the Dark Horse, I think it's better to maybe get a 2023 or 2022. I don't know. We'll have to see. But it is going to be exciting for the channel regardless what I'm going to be doing. We're going to have really two fun vehicles on the channel. We're going to have some cool things we can do. As I do with all my vehicles. We always have a good time. ZL1, Hellcat, 2 Mustangs now. I had a Camaro before even the channel, or right when the channel started. So we got some fun things coming in the pipeline. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below about the atrocities that these car manufacturers are just doing. Things are just too expensive. It just doesn't make sense. But people are going to go out and buy what they want. Like me. I'm going to go out and get what I want regardless of the price. Like, I want to experience it. I want to try it. I want to see if I like it. And then go on from there. And that's how a lot of people are. So, but the fact that they're charging an arm and a leg for this stuff when they shouldn't be, that's not our fault. And simply saying, well, just don't buy it, that doesn't make sense either, because you only live once, right? So go out there, go experience things. And yeah, so that's it with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.